So guys and girls, first you're going to prep your pan and you're going to sprinkle it with some water. This will keep the plastic wrap down that you're going to lay down. You can also use parchment paper. If you use parchment paper though, you want to use a little bit of butter just so it sticks to the pan. So this is just like the 2-ingredient chocolate fudge that I made. Same pan, same technique. Again, you can use parchment paper or plastic. I prefer plastic because I feel like it just sits and molds to the pan a little bit nicer. It is all up to you though and your preference. So that's the first step. Pretty darn easy, right? So let's move on. Okay guys and girls, so just like my 2-ingredient chocolate fudge, I am going to be using semi-sweet chocolate morsels. This time though, instead of 10 ounces, I'm going to be using 12 ounces. Now with the 2-ingredient chocolate fudge that I made before, I just used 10 ounces of the semi-sweet chocolate morsels and I used 2 ounces of bittersweet chocolate. You can even use just dark chocolate. You can use milk chocolate. It's really up to your preference. I really like the semi-sweet and I don't really think the bittersweet is needed. Last time the fudge was delicious, but I always like it pretty sweet, so it's totally up to you and your preference. So we're just going to be dumping the 12 ounces of semi-sweet chocolate morsels into a microwave safe bowl. Now, this is the chocolate peanut butter fudge. With my other fudge recipe, which was just chocolate, I used a pan and melted on the stove. This time we are simplifying it even more. We are just going to use this bowl, which is microwave safe, and I put my 12 ounces of chocolate, and now I'm just going to be dumping my sweet and condensed milk. You want to use 1 can or 14 ounces. So I'm just going to go ahead and get all of this out of the can and just dump it right onto the chocolate. So easy. This recipe I think is going to be even easier even though it's 3 ingredients, a whole whopping 3 ingredients instead of 2. And it is chocolate peanut butter instead of just chocolate. It's going to be even easier because we're just using the microwave. Don't even have to dirty a pan on the stove and worry about all that. Super easy. I think I'm going to teach my 8-year-old daughter how to make this. A little bit safer just using the microwave. She wouldn't even have to use the stove. So perfect recipe for her to make. Alright, I've taken it out of the microwave and as you can see it is nice and melty. Now the trick is right now you want to stir it very quickly because it does start to set pretty fast. So just make sure you quickly stir it after this. You don't want any stickiness or dryness. You want it to blend well. So that is really the only trick. I really think melting it on the stove top is a little unnecessary because this seems to be working just fine. We'll find out for sure in a minute, but now it sets really quickly, so right after you give that a good mix, make sure it's all blended good, you are going to want to immediately transfer that to your prepared pan with your parchment paper or plastic. I recommend kind of moving it around even as you're dumping just to get it evenly distributed so it'll be a little easier to spread. And you can spread it quickly once you get out of there. My daughter's at school right now, but she would love to clean up this bowl. Maybe I'll save it. Okay, so after you do the dumping, all you want to do is make sure all of your corners are covered. Make sure your parchment paper stays in place. Probably could have wet the sides a little more, but it should be just fine. And I went and grabbed my spatula because, you know, that just makes life so much easier when you're doing something like this. When you're frosting a cake or when you're making fudge. Just spreads it nice and even and smooth. Don't have to do it, but hopefully you own one of these. Hopefully you have a spatula you can use. Right? And as you can see, it's already starting to set up, which is good though, because we want it to set up a little bit before we top it with the peanut butter portion. And that's just one more step, and it's going to be so easy, everyone. And I guarantee this is going to be delicious. So now that it is all set up in the pan, you're just going to want to pop it in the refrigerator and just leave it in the fridge to set up a little bit while you are preparing the peanut butter topping. It's as simple as that, guys. So easy. I love it. So now for your final ingredient, which is of course the peanut butter, you are going to want to get another microwave safe container. I have a giant measuring cup here that is microwave safe, so works out perfect. And you just want to put about 1 cup into the container. I'm using clean hands, of course. And all you're going to do is just microwave this for about 30 seconds or until the peanut butter is runny. And your chocolate fudge should be setting up in the fridge nicely while you're preparing this. Might have done a little over 1 cup, but that's okay. I'd rather do more than not enough. So, see you in 30 seconds. Alright, I've taken the peanut butter out, so I'm just going to give it a little mix. I'm using the same spoon I used to dump the peanut butter in, but that's fine. As you can see, it is nice and runny and smooth. It is a great consistency just to pour on top of your chocolate fudge. So, just make sure it's mixed really good. And you want to do this rather quickly before the peanut butter starts to set up. So, I've taken the fudge out of the fridge. And as you can see, it already started to set up. I mean, it's definitely not done yet, but it's definitely set up enough to where the peanut butter isn't going to just melt into it. So, perfect. Just make sure you get this evenly. Don't need to do much spreading if you just pour it evenly over the top. And again, you want to be kind of quick. You don't have to rush like in a panic or anything, but you just want to put it on pretty quickly before the peanut butter starts setting up. Make sure it is spread over it nicely. And all those corners are covered. So you are going to have enough delicious peanut butter in every bite when this is done. Now, the only difference between this, obviously other than the peanut butter, and the 2-ingredient chocolate fudge I made is the setup time. I believe with the 2-ingredient chocolate fudge I made, just the chocolate fudge, it only took about an hour to set up in the fridge. I might have put it in a little over an hour just to make sure it was completely set up. The only difference with this one is you're going to want to let this set up in the fridge for at least 4 hours. It takes that peanut butter a little bit longer to set up than it did with just the chocolate. As you can see, just the chocolate has already started to set up. So that only takes about an hour, but this peanut butter is what makes it take longer. So, perfectly set on there. And one more thing before you pop this in the fridge for 4 hours again, you want to probably cover this with a napkin just to keep it safe in the fridge. Nothing falls in on it, and it doesn't pick up the flavors or smells from your refrigerator. So I just placed the napkin lightly on top of it, and I'm going to set it in the fridge for 4 hours, and I will see you guys a little later. Bye. So the fudge was setting in the fridge for about 4.5 hours, maybe a little bit over. So time for the big reveal here. Let's see how it's set up. Wow, it looks like it's set up great. It looks so creamy and smooth too. Okay, so you're just going to grab the sides once it's set, parchment paper or your plastic, whichever you used, and just very carefully lift it like that. And then you put your pan or your tin to the side. I'll bring this over here. And now I'm just going to very carefully peel down the sides. I cannot wait to try this for you guys. It looked like it turned out so good. The hardest part is waiting the 4 hours. Because after I made this and put it in the pan, I was thinking, I really wish I could try this sooner than 4 hours. Okay. So, once you remove the plastic, which you definitely want to do if you use plastic wrap, even parchment paper, I think that just makes life a whole lot easier. So you remove your plastic wrap or parchment paper, and you're just going to cut this into bite-sized pieces, whatever that looks like for you. And it should be a nice clean cut, just like this. If you set it for as long as you're supposed to, shouldn't be too hard to cut. I cannot wait to taste test this for you guys in a minute here, so I'm going to go ahead and finish cutting these up. Of course, the taste testing is my favorite part of my videos, so I can't wait to do that for you guys. I will see you shortly. So guys and girls, I have finished cutting this delicious, decadent looking peanut butter chocolate fudge up into little bite-sized pieces. Some are bigger than others. That's totally fine. Sometimes you want a bigger piece, you know? But it looks like it turned out so delicious. I cannot wait to try this for you guys. I just had to show you the little bite-sized pieces first because, oh my goodness, I can't wait. My daughter and fiance both love chocolate melt-aways. There's a local chocolate factory around here. Well, they call it a candy castle. They make a few other things, but mostly chocolate. Delicious. But I'm hoping this turned out somewhat as good, if not better, hopefully. Those are delicious, so it's going to be hard to top because they make like the best chocolate ever. But anyway, they love peanut butter melt-aways from there, so I'm really hoping they enjoy this just as much, if not better. That's what I'm hoping for. So I will taste test this for you guys in 1 minute. Well, hi guys and girls. Welcome back to Country Cooking with Carly and Queen Kitty Gaming. It has been a while. Took a little 2-month break. So much going on and so much exciting news to tell you. The reason I've taken such a long break, well, reason number one, we moved to a brand new house, which I am loving. This is my brand new kitchen. I absolutely love it. We just rented a small house beforehand. It needed a lot of work, and everything in this house is brand new. The whole entire house is remodeled. So I'm loving that. Maybe in the next video I will, if you guys are interested, I will give you a tour of the house. It's still a little messy right now. We're still moving some last minute things in, and we're still in the process of getting a few new things, some new furniture and everything. So that's reason number one. We rented our last house. We lived there for almost 9 years, so there was a lot to move. And moving is no joke. It takes a lot out of you, especially when you've been in the same house for 9 years. We had so much stuff to move, but we did a total purge and got rid of a lot too, which was nice because we accumulated so much stuff. It's unbelievable how much stuff you accumulate. You don't even realize. But we got rid of so much stuff. A lot of clutter we got rid of, so happy about that. Now, reason number two, last but very much not least, I am expecting. So the reason I look bigger, well, is because I am. I am almost 7 months pregnant. I am due April 15th, so I am thrilled to announce that. I don't know how well this is going to come across on camera, but I'm going to show you a picture of my ultrasound. So thrilled. I can't wait, and it's going to be a little girl. I love being a girl mom. My daughter, aka Queen Kitty, is 8 years old, so I'm pretty much starting over. But I love being a girl mom, love babies, so I'm so thrilled. yes, I'm pretty much starting over, but I'm very much looking forward to it. And my daughter has wanted to be a big sister for years now, and she loves babies, so I know she's going to be a really big help, and she's going to love her baby sister. But anyway, here is a picture of my ultrasound. I don't know how well this is going to show up on camera, but hopefully it's showing up for you a little bit there. So I'm thrilled about that. I didn't just gain a bunch of weight because I'm doing a cooking channel now. No. There is a reason for this belly. So I'm so excited and happy that I can do my YouTube videos for all you guys and girls out there again. Hopefully you enjoy them, and hopefully you've been enjoying them all so far. So in 1 minute, I will try the delicious chocolate peanut butter fudge for you guys. I really hope that if you try this recipe, you enjoy it. I think I'm going to love it. It looks like it turned out delicious. So 1 second, let me grab it. So I've just put about 3 pieces in this cute little heart dish, and I am going to try a bite. I can't wait any longer. Guys and girls, this is divine. Like, so creamy, so smooth, so chocolatey, and that peanut butter on top just gives it the perfect amount of saltiness. Oh, it's delicious. We have a local candy store, and everybody loves it, the chocolate that they sell, and I do too. I mean, and they have the best peanut butter meltaways like ever. If you love peanut butter meltaways, you are gonna love this. I honestly think this tastes even better than the local candy store that we have, and they pretty much specialize in chocolate. Their chocolate meltaways, I mean, absolutely delicious, but this is seriously just as good, if not better, if I don't say so myself. So, and this was so easy, literally 3 ingredients. You can't beat that. It's just like my old recipe, the chocolate fudge. You're just mixing the chocolate chips with the sweetened condensed milk. You're heating that up. You're mixing it quickly and fast, and then you're literally just melting a cup of peanut butter. It's really foolproof, just like the 2-ingredient chocolate fudge. My daughter could make this. Now with the 2-ingredient chocolate fudge, I did melt it on the stove, but I could have melted that in the microwave. So this time I did melt it in the microwave. Didn't use the stove at all. So this is a great recipe for kids. If you want to teach your son or daughter how to make a delicious dessert, they're going to feel so good about themselves and that they can make like something this delicious. And it's so easy, and you don't have to be afraid of them getting burnt or anything like that. So I think it's a perfect recipe for that. It's really a perfect recipe for anybody, really, family gatherings, parties, birthdays. This is going to be a hit wherever you go. Okay, so let me just eat the rest of this because I can't resist. That was absolutely delicious. Hopefully I don't have chocolate on my teeth. Sorry if I do. Oh my goodness, that was so good. I hope you guys enjoy this recipe as much as I did. I can't wait to give these to my daughter and fiance because they both love the chocolate meltaways from the local candy store that I mentioned. And I honestly think these taste even better. And it's so simple, guys. So definitely give this recipe a try. Let me know in the comments what you thought and if you enjoyed the recipe as much as I did. And thank you again for everyone who supported my channel so far. This is still a pretty new cooking channel. I didn't count, but I think my last tally was like 13 videos, something around there. I have to double check, but around there. So it's still very new, and I appreciate all the support so far. Thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And I will see you in the next cooking video. Bye.